Hi, Rob here. Welcome to the IELTS writing course. In this lesson, we are looking at your vocabulary, so your lexical resource, and we are, remember, learning how to transform the vocabulary to make it quicker and easier for you to use the right vocabulary to answer questions in both the writing and the speaking test. So, this is from our book and video course, 28 Days to Transform Your Vocabulary for IELTS. Today's topic is childhood. So this is a common topic, and it comes across in the speaking test when lots of questions are about, whatever the topic are about, did you do that in your childhood? So it could be about school, it could be about holidays, food, anything really. Did you eat chocolate when you were a child, kind of questions. So let's just quickly remember why we're doing this. This is to improve your score in the listening and the reading test, because you will hear these words and you will see them, and we want to improve your knowledge of synonyms and antonyms. So words with a similar or same meaning and words with an opposite meaning. So these are used in questions and answers. We want to improve your speaking and writing scores, as I mentioned. So the public banned descriptors say this: look, we need a wide range of vocabulary. We need a range fluently and flexibly used. We want to use uncommon lexical items, which means less common words. And collocation. So collocation is a big part of this. For an 8, you can only have rare errors in word formation. So rare means not many. Look at the 7, sufficient range. Uses less common lexical items with some awareness of style and collocation. So collocation is talked about at a band 7 or an 8. Collocation, remember, is when words collocate, when they co-locate, when they live in the same place. They go together. Occasional errors in word choice or word formation for a band 7. 6, an adequate range of vocabulary, so it means enough. Attempt to use less common vocabulary, so it means that you try. So trying is rewarded, trying is good. Some errors in spelling and word formation, but these do not impede communication. So the reader will read your writing, or the listener will listen to your speaking, and you'll make a mistake, but they understand what you mean. Okay, so let's get into childhood. So questions about childhood, as I said, can come across the board of all the topics. More specifically, of course, it's going to be often about education, school education. It could be about how things have changed over the generations. Again, almost any topic. It could be about what people do in their childhood. You know, should parents spend more time with their children? Should children be given better food for better health? So often the question is about obesity and being fat. So let's have a look. We're going to take one topic at a time, one line at a time, one word, and look at the collocations for that. And I will comment about it. So we've got 4 words here: infant, mature, responsible, indulge, tantrum, patient, rebel, and memorable. So, infant. A 1-month-old infant. So you can add at any age to this: 1-month-old, 2-year-old, whatever. Notice it's not 2 months old, it's 2-month-old, because 1 month here is a compound adjective. So we're making a new adjective by using numbers. So we could talk about young infants, 1-month-old, 3-month-old, 2-year-old, whatever is fine. And then we can talk about surviving infancy, or during my infancy, in my infancy, from my infancy I have rubbish food, for example. Maturity, which means being older, so it could be age. Mature is also an adjective that describes someone's character. So if they are mature, they are responsible, and they don't do silly things. So look here, the verbs are in black. To have maturity, show maturity, attain or reach maturity. Adults reach full maturity at age 22. Adults become fully mature at about 22 years old. And then we've got these adverbs that go with the verbs. So he fully matured early. He is physically matured. He physically matured at 16. Kids nowadays rapidly mature. Or he matured into a responsible adult. Notice the synonyms as well. Aged, grown, adult, ripe. Ripe is used more for food usually, but we can use it for people as well. The antonym, the opposite, is immature. Okay, so then responsible. A responsible adult. So when we grow older, we have big responsibilities for our families. I became directly responsible for a team of people at work. Responsibly, so to act and behave responsibly. Responsible adjectives. Some synonyms could be liable, competent, honest. Irresponsible is the opposite. So to indulge someone. To indulge someone means to give them what they want. So if I indulge you, you say you want something and I will give that to you. I'm indulging you. And often though we're using it, if you look at the verb, it's often used negatively. So to pamper, favour and spoil means to give the child too much. Spoilt children. Spoilt children are indulged by, indulgent parents. So this is a common idea nowadays that children are spoilt. I think it depends more on the parents than the generation, personally. So then we have indulgence. So often we talk about chocolate is an indulgence. It's something that we shouldn't eat too much of, but we can indulge ourselves occasionally. Chocolate is an occasional indulgence for me, unfortunately. And then the opposite is to deny. So to deny means to say no. So indulge someone means to say yes, I will give you what you want. You cannot deny that. I totally denied my son chocolate. Okay, so there's charted page 1. Let's have a look at the next ones. Not too much here. It's a good word though, a tantrum. A tantrum is when a child completely loses it. They want something, you will not give it to them, and then they just go crazy. They have to have a tantrum, or they have a temper tantrum, or they have a major temper tantrum, or which means a big one. I have a 3.5-year-old, so this is part of my daily life at the moment, which is fun. Or they could have a little tantrum. Hopefully we want to stop the big tantrum, the major tantrum, just make it a little one. And look here, so we do use it for adults as well, but it implies, it says that they are being childlike. But adults usually lose their temper, and the opposite is calm. Nice word. Then we've got patience. So patience is what parents must show. Parents must show endless patience, you see. Unfortunately, sometimes I lack great patience. Depends on how much sleep I've had usually. But let's say parenting takes endless patience, especially mothering, being a mother. So then we've got the verbs plus the adjective. I remained patient even though my child was having a temper tantrum. I am fairly patient, it's true. I'm very patient in my work. I'm less patient at home, unfortunately. Patience is an art, it seems, or a gift. To wait patiently, please wait patiently, please sit patiently, please listen patiently. So the verb plus the adverb, okay? Then we've got the pronunciation here is a bit different. A rebel is a noun. Most people know the noun. So he was born a bit of a rebel. He was a rebel against the school, the system. There is a major rebellion now in Venezuela. There is a rebellion rising up. The child threw the toy as an act of major rebellion, or minor. Rebellious is the adjective. Rebel, intransitive verb. The child rebelled against his parents. So this is when we do not do what we are told to do. So we act defiantly, we are disobedient, we are defiant. So the child was defiant, the child was disobedient. Opposite of disobedient, of course, is obedient. Means to follow the law. To obey is the verb. Adjective, law-abiding. That's usually for adults. A law-abiding citizen, so to follow the rules. Okay, and then we've got memorable, a more positive word for childhood. I have excellent memories of cycling through the countryside. She had a terrible early childhood memory. So lots of these words are combining to create excellent collocations. Parts of my childhood were particularly memorable, to be particularly memorable. And my grandmother made my childhood truly memorable. Okay, so we're just combining these words. To learn and to know is the synonym of the verb to memorize. To memorize means to remember or to make it easily memorable. So we need to learn about something. We need to quickly learn how to behave in public. I easily forgot the negative memories from my childhood. I easily forgot all about my stepmother, for example. So there you go. Childhood. Lots of great collocations in there and lots of words for you to combine together. So the key to this is to try to use it. So just write some sentences about your childhood. Remember your childhood. Try to use some of these words and collocations and then try to use them. And then this will be useful to you in your test. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I hope you can combine these collocates easily, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much. Goodbye.